Welcome back to. Well, actually, no, not welcome back. This is the start of a brand new anime review series. Sorry about the whole welcome back thing. Just so used to saying that a lot of my videos. Okay, this one I'm discussing a brand new anime that only aired I think it was just a couple years ago it aired. Yes, 2 years ago. You're probably not going to like the year basically it aired. January 8th, 2020 to June 24th, 2020. Yes, the year everybody hates. And apparently this series is not delayed, despite the fact that some stuff was shut down in Japan. Despite the fact this series apparently was able to be put out no problem, which I'm thinking that's kind of weird, given the 1 month shutdown that happened in May of 2020. But yeah, apparently they were able to put out the series out no problem. Yes. Now, Plunderer is based upon a manga, which actually concluded just this year. Yeah, 2 years after the anime ended, that's when the manga decided to end. I'm like, wow, that's nothing unusual. That also happened with Shaman King, where less than 2 years, actually about 3 years after the series ended, that's when the manga decides to end. Though in the case that one, that was a weekly manga. This is a monthly manga. And of course, that one ended after 82 chapters. I have only read the first, I think it's like the first 56 chapters, I believe it is. Yeah, first 56 chapters. Now, in the case of these two episodes, per se, when it comes to Plunderer, yes, excuse me, these two episodes only cover the first two chapters. And you're thinking, really? Yes, really. And if you're curious, how far does the anime go to when it comes to adapting this stuff? They only go 37 chapters in out of like 82. And you might think, could they do another season? It's possible. They haven't claimed it here. But let's find out and see what exactly happens in the series. Well, first off, let's introduce our characters. Our main male protagonist is Licht. That's his name. He is basically a pervert. You might be thinking, English dub, pervert. It's got to be either Todd Heppercorn or Eric Vale. Which one is it? It's Eric Vale. Yep, not the first anime basically I come across where he's the lead male character. Now, this is, I believe, the third or fourth basically I come across where he's like this, because this will happen with Ace Attorney, Hound of the Seven Demon Lord. There was also Asuka's of Rogue here. This is possibly the fourth series I've come across where he's the male lead. And we also have Hinda. Yes, that's the female lead of the series. Yep, and she is Hina, excuse me, and she's voiced by Sarah Windelhoff. Yes, a voice actress is going to be on Friday. Yep. And we're also introduced to a couple other characters here. We're also introduced to Nana Bassler, who's voiced by Kate Glass. Yep. And anybody think, okay, is there anybody else introduced just these first couple episodes? Well, not that one yet. They're also introduced to Nicola. Yes. He's voiced by Derek Snow. Yep. We also have Davi, who is kind of like the first antagonist in the series. And he's voiced by Jerry Jewell. You're thinking, Jerry Jewell? Yes, seriously. Mm-hmm. Yep. We also introduced Tiska Fowler, who is Hannah's mother, and she's voiced by Brianna Roberts. Yep. Yep. And that just isn't just in the opening episode. Now, the first episode is called The Legendary Red Baron. The second one is called I Hate You. Which, same name as the chapters. Now, the thing with this series is we have the whole thing with numbers. It's explained in the opening episode where everybody's got a number and it relates to various different items. In the case of Nana, her number is 77 and it's on her right breast. It's for people complimenting her on her good food. In the case of Hina, it's actually on her inner right thigh, where it's basically 441. And that basically, according to her mother, it's basically to calculate how many distance she's basically traveled, which apparently she's traveled 450,000 kilometers. Yes, and of course, they show in the flashback when she's a child, her mother gets pulled by these mysterious black hands. No, this is not a racist joke. These are literal black hands, like black gooey hands, and dragging her into the ground. Now, in experiment Nana, this actually is called the Abyss. Not the first time I've heard of a place in anime known as the Abyss. This also happened in Pandora Hearts 2. That was like another dimension, or at least like a prison. This one is simply put, it's a place where anybody who basically is down to the count number of 0, they get pulled in. And she's given this ball, which is going to be a ballot. I think it's like 10,000, I believe it is. So she's in town looking for the legendary ace. Now we see, like in the episode, we see him wearing a mask. Why in the world he's wearing a mask and carrying a giant teddy bear? Well, in the case of teddy bear, there's something inside of it. The mask, I'm not really sure exactly why. And then, of course, looking for a legend, he has a white star. And she thinks that with Davi, who's military, turns out, nope, he's not actually the ace. It was actually licked all along. And the white star is not actually on him, but actually on his sword. And apparently he's got a count on him of negative 999. And according to it was a joke how many people rejected him. In the case of his sword, it's like 5,700, which is a lot. So they have this start. And of course, she basically it's pointed out that anybody who's got a higher number can boss anybody who's got a lower number. He, of course, Davi, decides to basically challenge her to a star duel, which she doesn't know anything much about it. So he basically knocks her down and takes her number down to 1. And basically move her to his own number, bring up to 720. Yeah, and then, of course, Lick shows up to save the day after she's going to be killed over a ballot and beats up him all over the place. And then after he gets beaten, then, of course, the hands come back. Yes, the very same hands in the flashback. Where after he's beaten, because of the fact he cheated, his number's taken away, stripped down to 1, and her number goes up to 720. Basically, it's a combination of his number and her number into 1. And it goes back on her thigh. Of course, they have this thing where they kind of open up her legs in a very sexual way. But that's where her number is. They had to put it there, so there's that. Of course, he reveals he's kind of the legendary ace he's looking for. There's also mention of the Waste War. The Waste War, something happened 300 years prior to the series. And Devi thought that the legendary ace was dead, because it happened 300 years prior to the series. But nope, he's very much alive. And that's a minor gag in the series. People live a long time. Yes, I've read later stuff where some characters are still alive after 3 or 400 years. For really no reason at all. Could it be the numbers they have? I'm not really sure. It's not explicitly revealed exactly why. So, and then of course, basically that he leaves, and of course there's leave a battle with her. By the way, the side of the teddy bear is his sword. I'm like, not a bad idea to hide your sword inside of a giant teddy bear, which he does rip apart. Actually, the other guy, he's like, oh yeah, thank you for the haircut. I really needed a haircut. And that was where his battle with Davi. And it's revealed by Nicola, who's voiced by Derek Snow. Who decided, now, basically, based on the way this entire city is, it seems like it's like a medieval style country. Then all of a sudden he brings out a headpiece, basically puts his ear and communicates to his superiors that the ace is back. I'm like, is this set in the future? If that's the case, why the heck does this guy have technology? Yeah, this is something that's not explicitly revealed. Why do we have magic mixed with technology? Yeah, like in the case of freezing, because it's alters the future. This, I'm not really sure yet, but I'm only 2 episodes in. But yeah, In the case of these 2 episodes overall, they're really good. Good introduction to the series. And if you want to start the series, you got to start with these 2 episodes before you move on to when to use more characters in the series. Now, in the case of Sarah herself, this actually would be for her anyways, the 29th series I've heard of it. You're thinking, really? 29? Yep. What about Eric Vale, you might ask? Eric Vale. 24. And you're thinking, really? Yes, really. In the case of Kane Class, the 19th. Wow. Yeah, there's more voice actors than we've seen in the series, but I'll find out more when I get a chance for the next episode. Start with episode 3. But yeah. That's be pretty much it for this particular review. I will probably come back to this series later as I finish my 3 other anime, but next is going to be 2 straight comic corners, then 2 manga reviews, and then it's going to be Is It Wrong to Have Girls in Dungeon? Okay? Thanks for doing. Bye.